flag on the play.
Yeah, but that was a free shot downfield with a lot of shit going on. Here it is right here, man.
3 defenders.
God damn. 5.
Check, check, checky, check. What's up, guys? What's up here watching? We've got us some action, folks.
Cracking early.
This is late. I've had to wait 2 hours. All right, so we got us a little game here today. Mike Snodgrass and Eric Jenkins. Hang on a second. I'll see if I can't get this updated here on the scoreboard. You guys are playing even, right, Mike? Sorry, guys. I'm still just getting a little set up here. But fire away in the chat. I'll answer anything you got. And let you know a little bit about what's going on. So, like I said, they're playing, looks like a little 9-ball race to 5 with a turtle rack, magic rack, template. Eric looks to be running out just fine here on his first trip at our big table. He hasn't been to our club yet, so he's not real familiar with our establishment. But it looks like he's no problems here on this 9-foot table. He's working his way around very nicely. I've known Eric for about 10 years, and Mike probably a little longer. Eric's always been a very solid player, plays good position, and can run the balls, fairly well. Both of these guys would be in the 8 range in a tournament that you hear me talking about, where it goes from. Surprised he chose the corner there instead of the side. It's probably going to cost him the game here. Mike shouldn't have a problem finishing this out. So, like I said, these guys are both going to be considered like, B players in some parts of the country. Some parts they might be considered low B players. Some parts, a little better B players. Kind of depends on where you are and what you consider that. Bottom line is they're both probably not going to break and run one today on this table, although it's very possible. Very, very possible. But, like I said, I would probably, I don't know. I'd hate to bet against it, but I tell you the over-under is going to be 1 between the two of them in a race to 5. You're going to see some mistakes like...
For some weird reason, I knew that was coming.
Like that. That's pretty strange. Mike's a better player than that. It is their first game, so let's give them a little bit of a break here, and let's get them rock and rolling here. Give them a little chance to get going here. He's taking his time on this. He's froze to the rail, which is never a place you want to be. I know you got to cut this ball to the side, though. There's no real bank here you're giving up the world if you shoot this bank shot. If you shoot the shot in the side like this, you can leave your opponent really difficult. I think he might even just played safe there. Did you play safe? Did you not even try to make the ball? What? You want mine? Man.
I know.
All right, I confirmed he did try to make it, but he did miss it by quite a bit. So he was playing a little two-way there. Sometimes when you play two ways, you have a tendency to not really try to pocket the ball because you're trying to control the cue ball also, and I play a lot of two ways, and so it oftentimes can get me, and I think I need to adjust my way of thinking sometimes, and either commit to making the ball, even a little bit more. So, all right, so Eric missed the long shot Mike left him, and left Mike another long, semi-tough cut. It's just a little thin, and the cue ball's going to run towards his side pocket, depending on what he does with it. So he held it a little bit. It shit it real nicely. Cue ball's running to the corner, but not going to make it there. So Mike's going to take the early lead 1-0 in an ugly game. Didn't expect it to be much prettier, though. Like I said, Eric ran the balls real nicely from 1-7 or whatever it was. And you're going to see that quite a bit. You're just going to see occasional misplay of position. And holding it together for 9 balls is just very difficult for a B player to do. And, when they do it, they look, you wonder why they can't do it all the time, because they look very good doing it. It's just when they're, when they look bad, they look bad. I'm not even quite to the B player level yet. I'm still kind of fighting my way up there, but. Yeah, Shane, you're more than welcome, buddy. Or it's always, like I said, let me know when you're coming and, how you play, who you like to play, things like that. And we'll see if we can't set you up a match. It's always best to set up your own match, but if you don't have one, I'm always willing to try to find you one. The less information you get me, the better player you're going to get to play. So for those of you that say you don't know how you play and this and that and the other, I've got Justin Bergman ready to go for you. For those of you that can tell me how you play and who you play and things like that, and we can find out information on, I'll be more than happy to try to set you up a fair match. If you decide you want to be a thief, though, we'll be sure to find somebody you don't know that will be happy to take your money. Well, that's why we're big fans of, guys that come in here that want to play and play tough games. Like Lloyd Moreland from Lake of the Ozarks comes in here and plays the toughest guys we got. I think he's like 3-0 here against him, but he came in here and fought the toughest guys in St. Louis pretty much. I have a lot of respect for that. He didn't bitch out, didn't crab, complain, say that guy's too good, this guy's too good. He said, "Giddy up, man, let's try some." And he played some real tough matches. I got a lot of respect for that. I'm a big fan of Lloyd Moreland now, but he's just a good player too. It wasn't like he's a good player. He wasn't stealing, robbing, or anything. He didn't ask to steal or rob. He just said, "I just would like a match." He said, I don't really care who I play. I just, I'm not going to play Justin, but I'll play anybody reasonable." And we set him up some reasonable matches, and it was a lot of fun. Are these the ones from Renfro?
Let the ball sit on it.
Are these the ones from Renfro? That Chris Renfro guy? Are these the ones from that Chris Renfro guy?
No.
Oh. So Mike right now, we're going to get to see him break here in a second. You'll notice his BK3 with that stack leather wrap on it, a little pink and gray in there. He's a pretty big fan of that. We all love to fight cancer over here, especially at the Billiard Center. My dad died of cancer. Mike's mom died of cancer. We've had some friends hit by it, some family. We got some friends dealing with it now. And there's people across the world dealing with it. We all pray for them and pulling for them all the time, each and every one of you. So Mike's little tribute there on his stick. He wears a pink glove. He's got some pink in his cue. He's got pink in his heart and probably some pink panties on, if I had to guess. But we'll just go ahead and let that go for today and stick with some pool. Mike's trying to get a rack going on his little template. He's got a big break, and when he gets his template right, he can blast them. A little bit of a head case, and he's going to let this thing bother him here. He needs to let it go, get up there and blast them and see what happens. There's a big controversy going on online right now. I shouldn't say it's a big controversy, but basically there's a match going on online right now. Sky Woodward and Earl Strickland, one of the best 9-ball players of all time versus one of the best 9-ball players right now. And Skylar is breaking it off inside of Earl. I think he's got the entire 12-inch BBC planted up inside of him. Earl, on the other hand, is not taking it well, complaining, and supposedly this was a gambling match that somehow they changed the break rules in the middle of it because one guy was slaughtering the other guy. Don't know how that exists, but yeah, so that match is going on, and Earl basically said, I don't get it. You know, you're making this and doing this and doing this and doing that. And this guy said, yeah, you know, all of us young guys know how to rack and break now. You know, you need to learn. And Earl basically just doesn't buy that shit. You know, he likes to smash the rack and try to get out. So Mike's got a good little technical break here that he uses. And when it's on, he breaks pretty good and usually controls the balls pretty good. You know, I think he pulled that cue ball back a little bit far. I'm not sure if he's going to play safe right here. There's some ugly safeties. I kind of like that if he shoots this 1-9 combo right now with a really control cue ball. Unless this one just, I think this one might, no, he's floating in the side. Yeah, he didn't get there. Can Eric see it? Can he make it? He's on the wrong side of it for sure. He can't get down for the 2, but I would think you'd hit this with some left-hand spin. This the one, use the 4 as a blocker and put the cue ball behind the 2. Or you just can blast it and pray. He's got himself a shot, so can't say it's the worst thing. So a little cut in the corner. 9 ball is not my best game. And like I said, I'm a little limited with my firepower, so I'm generally looking for 2 ways and safeties more often than looking for ways to get out. I don't have that magic ability to get back in line and finish things out. I have the magic ability to get out of line and fuck things up. Well, he took on that 2 ball. So this table is, the cloth's a couple months old now, and it's playing really nice. Like, I'm starting to enjoy it. Actually, I want it to tighten up a little bit more. Right now, the table's it just tightened up a bit to where you gotta, I mean, you can't catch stuff on the way in and make it. You really got to make it pretty pure. Now, it's not ultra tight. You can still hit balls, pocket speed, and they can drop even off the rails. But we're getting to the point in time where that's not going to happen. Now I think we're going to see a safety. This ball's a little high inside English. Run the cue ball back up on the 7 ball. Or you can use a 7 as a separator that way and go to the side rails. I don't like that one as much, but it's generally going to be very difficult to block the entire ball. And it's also usually going to leave some safeties. I don't think that was a very good choice of a safety there. You don't want to leave the next object ball real close to the 9 ball and leave your opponent no choice but to cock and fire. And I think that's what he may have done. If the 3 goes clean, he could just pocket this 3 and draw back, get a shot on the 4, natural position on the 5, and pretty easy out. If the 3 does not go easy, you may see some wild, crazy shit here. Or you could just shoot the 9 straight in the hole. I don't know what happened there. All right, so I'm putting Mike to be a 70-30 favorite to get out here. It seems high, and I don't think I would take that high side of that. I'd probably bet the under, but I think that's what it is. You know, just because it's just laying perfect, you know, you're already on the correct side of the 4 ball. You know, so it's, you know, everything's just pretty natural. You know, there just isn't going to be a, oh shit. Yeah, sorry about that, pal. Our new guy here just found out about a fly trap I have planted underneath the table. He stuck himself to it. Yeah, so like I said, this just doesn't present a lot of problems. Now, he is making this a little bit more difficult. So like that shot right there, he's on the correct side, but he ran a little far. And he's going to run a little far on this one. And then he's going to have trouble getting on the 7. So it's not that the 5 and 6 are a problem right now, because he's going to get a shot at the 6. It's going to be just going to the end rail and getting the speed right to get on the 7 ball. So I got a feeling that's what he's going to have to do. I don't like that. Boy, he flirted with that one. He did just fine. Man, That was a lot of flirting. So, like I said, now he's got a tough shot, and he has to go to the end rail and get his speed right to get on the 7. And I think that cue ball never should have been more than about 3 feet away from that side pocket. Those balls were right there, and the cue ball just never should have traveled more than about 3 feet. So I think that's where the problem kind of happened. So now, once again, I mean, he's got to be 80-20, 85-15 to finish this one out. So there's a very simple, I can't tell you whether or not he did that correctly or incorrectly. There's different ways of coming into balls and coming into the ranges and trying to figure out if you're supposed to go to the, the widest entry point into the range of where you can make the ball and crossing paths of the narrowest point of where you can make the ball, things like that. I'm working on some of that stuff, but definitely don't know it, so I'm not going to be able to tell you the exact correct shot patterns and position play and things like that, but just trying to have a little fun here for you guys, so enjoy the 9-ball. Like I said, we got 2 players I've known for quite a while. I got stories on both of them. I'll let those out a little bit later today.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to go grab my rack from the car.
I'm going to pause this for 1 second. Ask
Yeah. What's that? Thanks, man.
Yeah, so Eric, the guy racking right now, he's a RV salesman at Byerly in Eureka. I know he's been there a long time and definitely an expert in the field. I think he's been selling these things forever. Definitely ever since I've ever known him. So he's at Byerly over in Eureka if you're looking for an RV or anything of that nature. Give him a holler. His name's Eric Jenkins. Real nice guy. Like I said, I've known him quite a while. Mike is doing all different kinds of things. He's a professional foodie, if you will. He's he's a trained chef. He's becoming a trained server, and definitely has a lot of knowledge in the food and beverage areas. I don't know that he knows exactly what he's going to do with his life yet, but who does? I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Let's see what kind of break Eric's got. We got the 2 in the back, the 1, 3, and 5 up top, and the 4 and 7 on the sides. From where the cue ball is now, I'm guessing he's going to be trying to pocket the 7 on the wing or the 1 on the side. Let's see what kind of break he implores, though. So the big argument with Earl and Sky was because Sky's using a cut break, and he was basically trying to make the 1 ball every time, and he was leaving the 2 ball by the side pocket often. So old school players considered, taking the luck out of the game kind of shitty. Like things like pattern racking and, altering the rack to make sure you make a ball and things like that. New school is a little more open. Marty, what's up, my friend? Sitting here commentating on a little 9-ball, sitting in my Columbia tennis shoes, thanks to a recommendation from my friend Marty Howes. When I first got them, they were just a little different than I was used to, and now that I've been wearing them, I really like them. They're pretty comfortable. Fix the score. Yeah, I'm a little down on that. I don't even know what it is. I think it's 1-1. Hey, Fast Joey just got in the building. We'll have a little action here today, folks. A little Sunday fun day. What up, Fast Joey? Good, how are you, brother? You know Eric, don't you? From Kenny's? I figured you did. Maybe we can play a little doubles after this or something. All right, so Mike's sitting here on the 2-ball. Pretty good shot. He's got a really good leave on the 3, so he's on the wrong side of it, though. Well, I don't know. He might have just enough angle now so he can catch that side rail and spin back for that 4. Or is he going to go forward and cross like this? Yeah, so he did. Jammed it right across. That was a nice shot. I didn't see it at first. Perfect angle to slide out and shoot the 5 in the corner. Tricky little shot, though, to control this. Oh, he just went ahead and crushed it. So rather than try to even hold it, he just crushed it. Now, I'll tell you this, like I said with these pockets, they're not going to take balls like that if you don't hit them dead pure. The only guy I've seen hit them that pure is friggin' Justin. So you go powering those balls into these corners at this time of the life cycle of cloth, and you better hit them pure.
This is the original. It's so much different.
Yeah?
The material's thicker and you can't bend it as easy.
Huh.
These were 10 for
They
30.
they suckered you in for the one, and then you got the old rip-offs from Japan. All right. So Mike's got a really nice safety here if he executes. He was unable to, and he gave up a good shot here. It's weird though, pounding a ball into the side pocket with draw. You only need about 6 inches would be nice. Every woman would tell you otherwise. He hit that beautifully. He not only got the distance, he also got it separated a little bit more, so he didn't have to worry about being so close to it. So this is just a touch tricky, and like I said, he's over 50-50 to get out from here. I know you guys might think my percentages are weird. It's just I've seen these kind of guys play a ton, and they just do weird shit like that. We just don't play perfect. This is also a 9-foot diamond with some pockets that are playing a little tight, and you leave yourself on rails and stuff like this, and the game gets tough. He's a little straight. Let's see what he can muster up. A little high inside English, spin out 2 rails for the 9 in the other corner. Nope. 1 rail, and where are we going with this one? So earlier he neglected a side pocket to shoot in the corner. Is he going to do it again? I think he's shooting. Yeah, wow. I guess he couldn't decide and just shot it right in the middle of the 2 pockets. It's a shot we saw Carl Bohm miss for about $11,000. Shot it about the exact same way. Mike drilled the back cut. Go up 2-1, I believe. That 10-ball tournament at Kenny's? When? Last night? I went with Mike like the very first one that they had. It was a Monday night. And we were there till there was 12 of us, and we were there after 2 in the morning. I'm like, this is just, I love Kenny's, but like they start playing on like 3 tables and they drag it out all night, and it was just brutal, man. I'm like, you can't keep people here this late on weeknights or nobody's going to come play. Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's one reason I don't really like. There's 2 reasons I don't go to too many tournaments. One is for that reason. I don't like getting out there in the middle of the night. The other one is when I play, I want to play. Like, I don't want to go sit at a bar and wait 4 hours to play my next match, and not have a table to play on while I'm waiting. And like I'd rather be with my kids or my wife or jacking off or anything other than just sitting there waiting to play pool. Then play a race to 5 and then go sit down again. It's not for me anymore. I like tournament play, man. Like I said, I just want to play though. Like, oh, I do too. And then pool players want the best of both worlds. They want you to add a ton of money, get it over as fast as you can, and yeah. It's a tough balance, man. Kenny's does a fabulous job at it generally. They tend to mess up some of these little bitty tournaments though, and just keep them too long. You remember the old school Kenny's though, and at the old Kenny's though, we were there no matter what, we were there till the middle of the night.
The table's there, which I get. Now he does. Fourth.
around the table's fine.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I gotta make some phone calls, man. Never mind. I'll try to do it today.
Put Fast Joey on. Joey, you want to talk to me for a second? Somebody wants to see our differences in run out patterns on here. Let me see if I can find this other headset. Here it is right here. I'll throw this on real quick. And let's see. Can you hear me, Joe?
I hear you.
All right, there's Fast Joey Vola. So yeah, we'll see when we get into a pattern here. So here's a real, like, I'll tell you right now. So like, I'd be shooting this 6 in the corner and try to run into that 9-ball with the cue ball. And so I was telling people that I'm not a 9-ball player, and so my patterns aren't going to be, correct usually.
Yeah.
Is that how you're playing this?
Oh yeah.
Just run into it a little high.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I'm looking like you have to go to the end rail on this one and then back up to the middle of the table, right? Or what do you see here, Joey? Are you just drawing off this ball, jacking up and drawing back?
Yeah, I would hit it with medium, hit it center ball and just miss the 9-ball barely, come up to the table.
Pop it in the side.
Give himself a little angle.
He's shooting this in the corner. Look at that shot.
I guess maybe he had
A little better angle,
a
yeah.
little better angle on that than I thought.
So this one, it looks like you just pop out, shoot the 9 in the corner. Put that bitch in the halfway house. I think now you just stroke it in the side a little bit. But he's been partial to these corners, though. He just looks to these corner pockets. And there's another one short. He's left several of those short here today. He left Mike a bank. It's a fairly routine bank, and the ball's off the rail a smidge, and Mike chooses to play safe instead. I don't love that safety because you're going to get a worse shot out of it no matter what. And now the ball's froze. So he's just going to thin this ball and bring it around 3 rails to the other side rail. What do you think, Joe? Does that sound about right? Or is he's not calling it frozen. He's just going to do the same shot. And Mike's in trouble now. That's why I think you got to go for that bank shot when it was there.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was a pretty routine bank. It wasn't like it was sitting bad.
Right.
Now look what you're in.
And if you miss the bank there, you leave him on the end rail, on the bottom
Right.
end rail. So
It's hard to tell what to do right here without knowing the... Yeah, that was a bad idea, though. So I think we got a tie ball game here, 2-2. So, you've seen Mike play a little 9-ball, haven't you, Joe? You've seen his break?
yeah, he plays good.
He breaks good, doesn't he?
Yeah. He
What
does break good.
What could
yeah.
you give these guys? A 7-ball, probably?
I give Eric like two or three games on the wire going to 5 sometimes,
To 5?
or 6 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Going to 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those you don't know, Fast Joey Vola, author, The Hustled and Gotten, first draft, second draft's coming out when? Next year, maybe?
Maybe in a couple of years at the
Couple of
latest,
years?
maybe.
Oh, okay. So you're really getting back into it, huh?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. After Mark O'Brien publishes his book, I might get some ideas from him
I got you.
because my book's kind of based on the same character, Louis Roberts,
Right.
but mine is obviously a fictional story, so
Sure.
it's not nonfiction like Mark's. Mark's is all based on real, actual events,
Right.
but mine's just more inspired by and kind of like with allusions to Louis' life. But it's all fictional.
Hey,
Everything's
Joe, real
fictional.
quick. Somebody's got a question for you. When those two balls were frozen like that, how do you get out of that without scratching when it looks like it's a dead scratch either way? You just have to jack up and like pound off of it, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. That's just a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. When you have a shot like that, I mean, I had to think he was better than 50-50 to make that bank. You know, I think you just have to take it. It's just,
Yeah.
you just have to.
Sometimes you gotta just take risks and hope for the best.
That's actually better. It's not like an Apple store.
9-ball, anything can happen in 9-ball.
Oh, yeah, I know. So they just killed the lights out there because the daylight coming in from the outside was put some shadows, which now put me and Joe in the dark. But that's okay. We'll live. All right, Joe, so help us out with the patterns here. Are we drawn underneath the 5, or are we just going around it? He went around it. I would have drawn underneath it, I think.
I wouldn't have done that because the 3-ball's in a spot where you can't get to the bottom end rail and shoot it in still. So that was probably the right shot right there. I like the way he played that.
You come around 3 rails for the 5?
On that shot,
Right here.
I don't
You shoot
think
the
I
4 on
would.
the side and come around 3 rails right here for the 5?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At this point, yeah, you have to. I would have tried to get better shape on that 4-ball though.
Yeah.
Shooting from the 3-ball, I would have tried to maybe.
See, so right now he's on the wrong side of the 5. So how do you get on this 6-ball here? I mean, I don't know if you can pound it off that rail enough.
Yeah, he tried to definitely cut it and overcut it. That caused him to overcut it. Yeah.
See, now, here's another one of Eric's shots. He's going to go for this corner. He's hit everyone short by almost a foot when he has these back cuts to the corner.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to go 3 rails to get shape on the 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's been undercutting this by literally by almost a full diamond. The same shot virtually. The same angle anyway. I know he's looking for ways to maybe thin the 5 and dump the 7, but if he's cutting this in the corner, watch for him to hit it short again. Oh, he didn't even try. He went for the safety. Not a bad idea, and he hit it pretty good.
Yeah, good speed control.
But this is just a one-rail kick shot to get out of this. And to me, those safeties, when you get to your level of play, they're just no good anymore. You're going to kick safe on this, aren't you? I mean, I'm just saying that those one-rail kick safeties aren't any good at your level anymore. You know what guys do to you when you leave them those kind of safeties? They kick them in. Or they kick and leave you worse than you were before.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but on a big table, it's
Yeah, you're right.
it's
Getting that
different, a little
distance
bit
is more.
different.
but
Yeah, getting the distance, and then it makes it difficult when there's only a few balls left on the table.
That's true. I don't know if he can see a piece of this ball or not. I guess you can maybe just barely spin around that 9. But man, on a 9-footer, man, you're way stretched out now. He's got to use the bridge. This ain't easy if he can't see a piece. It looks like he might be able to the way he's just cueing the middle of the ball though. He's not doesn't look like he's spinning it at all.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a piece of it and left him a tough shot.
It's not a very difficult safety though.
No.
You're just crossing this 5-ball.
Ooh.
He didn't hit it good. He didn't
Left
get
him
enough on that at all.
Yeah, he did leave him a bank.
So you play a little two-way here, don't you?
Yeah, 2-way. Leave it.
Put these both in the same pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that.
You hit it a little firm,
Little
though. I
firm.
would have hit it maybe
Yeah,
softer.
pocket speed. So now you punch this by the 7-ball and come down and shoot the 6 right where he's standing.
Sorry, that was my phone.
Joe's mom's calling him real quick. Let's give him a break. Are you in trouble?
No, I'll get her. I'll call her back.
All right. I was just guessing, but I was right. Does 6 go by the 9?
I don't know. I can't see from here.
Yeah, I can't tell. It's tight. It is tight. But if he makes it, he's got natural position on the 7, it looks like. Just a little baby draw.
Yep, he had it.
And now he looks like he's got kind of a natural position to just kind of stop it or pop draw for the 9 again, or are you doing anything more with this? He came into it real nice. I didn't know he had that good of an angle. Got a little close to his work. That last inch or two it rolled gave him made this shot a lot more difficult.
It should be good. Yep, he made it.
It did. So I think he's going to take the lead 3-2. They're playing a race to 5. I've missed both of Eric's breaks, I think, somehow, some way. I'm not sure how, but so I'm not really sure how he's breaking. Eric's a pretty good player, though. So have you played Mike much? Which one of these guys do you think's got the advantage here? Mike definitely outbreaks him. Mike outbreaks most people.
I think it's pretty close, to be honest. I don't think either one of them is really the favorite. If they keep playing for a long period of time, I think they're going to come out even.
I think Eric might run the balls a hair better.
I agree. He might be a little more loose, when he shoots.
He's got a lot more experience than Mike.
Yeah.
Eric's been playing pool a long time. He actually's got a pretty good little break there. I don't think you can find a huge fault with that.
Yeah. He's got to find a way to get the cue ball up table for position on the 1, but
yeah,
we'll have to just play safe at this point.
Yeah. So I'm thinking put the cue ball by that penny over on the left rail and then 1 ball right by the 8. See, I don't like this at all, man. He keeps leaving, like he thinks these side-to-side rails that's no good there. You got to try harder than that, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. Now you can just return with another, but even better safety than
correct.
that.
Yeah. Now he didn't do phenomenal, but I mean he did pretty good. I'm spinning this ball off the end rail right here. He kicked into it and made it. What's he on next? Is it the 4 ball next?
Yeah.
So he pocketed the 2 and 3 on the break. So we got the 4 on the side. Are we coming around 3 rails for this 5 ball? It looks like. Nope. Yep. Boy, he shoots quick, doesn't he?
Yep, he just gets up there and punches at it.
He's firing. So Mike's, he had this very similar earlier, 3 balls that were all near each other, and the cue ball was traveling like 7 and 8, 9 feet every time. And these are where you really got to keep this cue ball in tight and punch these balls in. I don't know if it looked like he had a good shot there. I don't know why he didn't take it.
Maybe he didn't like the angle on the 5 after he made it.
I don't know.
Mike's signaling me to get inside the room, so I gotta.
Oh, I got you.
Doesn't seem happy that I'm watching him.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, this was all 4-1 guy, so if you want to jump back, you can. I'll just take it on from here. But you're welcome to stay, too, if you want. It was a bad hit?
I think so.
He's not acting like it.
7 ball moved, I thought.
I couldn't tell. I wasn't, watching close enough.
Should ask somebody on stream that's watching just to see what they say.
Can
you do that?
I'm pretty sure Mike. Well, they'll jump on again if like John's watching. He'll say something.
Oh yeah. Maybe I just didn't see it right. I don't know.
Yeah, John's saying he's playing some 2-ways. He's been playing a lot of those lately. Which, look at this shot.
Wow.
He missed that one good. So I'm 1 rail kicking at this, or 2 rail, from. Oh man, I wish I had the Etch-a-Sketcher thing up. So I'm thinking 1 rail kick from here to the side, kind of a 2 rail really, but 1 side and then hit the 6.
Yeah, it's hard to be exact on that kind of shot.
You kick this way and try to clip it, and if you miss it short, and then clip it on the way back, but you got to really power into it that way.
Yeah, I hear you.
What other way? Do you see any other way?
No, I mean you're totally right. I mean I don't see any other way to handle this unless he wants to tie up a ball like the 7-9. Tie up the 7-9.
Yeah.
But,
came right into it.
He was able to get a good hit on it, though.
He left a good shot here with a great angle.
That's why sometimes it's better to just tie up the balls and see what they can do.
Man, where's that little Sketcher guy? Can't remember where it is.
2-way shot.
Sorry.
Eric doesn't seem too happy about it.
Oh, he shit safe on him.
Yeah.
It happens, man. It's 9-ball. Where is that sketch pad, man? And we've got this little like sketch pad thing, but I've been unsuccessful in finding it.
Like where you can draw on the table on the screen.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't find the little freaking icon for it. John's in the stream. He's watching, so hopefully he'll jump on and answer me. Telestrator, here it is.
Ooh, he's not going to like that, I don't think. Tough shot there. Good shape on the 9, too.
I think he'll be okay here. Inside English, man, you come pretty straight back and across. And you're hitting this thin enough, it's going to naturally come the 2 or 3 rails that you need.
Yep, you got
As
it.
long as you make the ball there, I think you're real good.
Yeah,
you know?
he's good. Just got to make the ball and use a little bit of inside. Like you said.
All right. I think I got it, Joe.
Did you?
Yep. So we got a tie ball game at 3-3. Mike's going to be breaking. We get to see this monster break.
Tied at 3, sweet.
And here in just a second, let's discuss this break. Hopefully Mike will give us a second after he racks. Now you got your dad calling you. Huh? Are you in trouble, man? Did you leave the house without telling your parents?
Yeah, 1 sec. Hey, Dad.
All right, guys. So Mike's breaking, and what we're looking for here on Mike's break is this ball to go right there. This ball up this way. This ball cross side. This ball usually can come cross side, but doesn't have to. This ball out and up. Out and up, maybe. And this one definitely out and around. What do you think of that, Joe? I can't find my little clear guy now, though. Where did it go? There it is. He's got a big break, doesn't he? Can't get this thing out. How do I move this little fucker? Oh, here we go. You got to roll?
Yeah, I got to roll. My dad called. I'm going to have some lunch with him. So.
Oh, awesome. Well, we will see you later. You coming back tonight?
Yeah, I might swing back later.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate the professional commentary. Look forward to Joe's next version of his book, The Hustled and Gotten. And come on out and see us at the Players Club soon. Thanks, Joe. All right, guys. So now you're stuck with me, John Madden. I'll be on the pen. 3-3 ball game, weak safety. Yeah, I got to talk to Mike about this. I'm a huge advocate of two-way shots. But I think we're seeing a few too many of them. Eric's definitely playing a very aggressive style. He always has. He's a run-out kind of player. He wants to run out. Nice little natural shot here. Missed it. Hit the back point there. No, everything's absolutely fine. Nothing to be scared about. I'll tell you later. By the way, I was 100% guessing there. I had no idea that I was dead right there. Mike hangs the 6 ball. You're going to see some hung balls here today. Not necessarily because these guys are just bad players or anything, but because table plays tight. It's a 9-foot table, you know, and it's tough. It's supposed to be tough. It's not supposed to be easy. Pool's a hard game. There, got himself out in the middle of the table real nicely. Spin out 1 rail, I think. I mean, you can go 3 rails here. Eric's not the tallest guy. Call him height challenged, if you will. So he's stretched out here to get this shot going to get the bridge. And we'll see if he can't see which way he goes. Looks like he's going low. Just 1 rail, a little low left maybe. And he went right towards the side pocket. Hit the titty. And so here it is. We've seen the shot before. I like cutting this ball on the side, maybe even with a touch of inside English. If you miss it long, you leave yourself your opponent a really hard long shot. If you miss it short, it's out in the middle of the table at least. If you bank this ball, you're man, I don't know. I guess the way he banked it, he could have left the cue ball on the end rail and left it really tough, but he let it go, scratched, and Mike's going to take a 4-3 lead now, and he's breaking. So it's kind of weird. Normally you'd think that having the break is a big advantage, but I think you'd find that you know, if these players played all day and one guy broke the entire day, that I don't think the score would come out that much different. You know, especially if you took the 9, you know, any luck away. It's like no 1-9s, no, you know, 9 balls on the break. Take all that stuff out, and I bet you that the game stays the same. Because, like I said, I told you in a race to 5 that I would probably say the over/under would be 1 for both of them combined. And it looks like we'll be correct. And it's not a knock on these guys. It's just it's tough conditions, tough table, you know, tough game.
So I guess they show it to you, you just order what you want, I guess. So it's not for These are brand new too. Oh, these are the Lucky that, what's the name by this there? You got Luckies?
All right, so Mike's trying to figure out the rack. All right, guys, so here's my John Madden thing again. So we're looking for the 1 ball to come like so, possibly in the side pocket. 5 ball right here.
For $20, Okay. Yeah, I'm doing that. Shit, he wins one game.
Let's look for this 2 ball to go somewhat cross-side-ish. You know, 4 ball, I think, explodes out this way. Oh, this is the 8. Yeah, so the 8 came right there but didn't go. 1 didn't go anywhere, I thought. Where's my 4 ball? I don't know. 2 ball definitely didn't go cross-side. He called himself an idiot after the break, so. Eric's got a ball in hand. I don't think he's going to run this out. This is tough. And I say that because getting on the 5 is really difficult. The 3 to the 5 is not going to be easy, especially with the leave you're going to get from the 2 to the 3. Yeah, so I knew that was a problem. And he got on it fine. It's just now he has to pocket this ball and drag this cue ball straight across, leaving it in this range. You know, and down here is no good. And out here, man, he might be good out there. But you see what I mean? There was not very many areas you want to leave that ball. It was going to be tricky no matter what. Now Mike has got just a one-rail kick. You're going to try to do the old kick and stick. Hit this ball. Let this ball come down here. And hopefully it'd be real sexy if the cue ball stayed there. Came across it, though. He's going to get a little distance. Nope, he's sure not. Got a bad angle, though, for the guy. But he's got a very natural cut in the corner and drag across for the 5. And this one seems pretty natural. Still not easy. Ooh, hit it pocket speed, but couldn't hold that cue ball. So now he's looking at a kick. I don't know if you 2-rail kick into this 5, trying to pocket it in the corner. Oh, he might have a crossbank here, actually. No. He touched the 6 on the way in, so we got a ball in hand for Mike. So what are we looking at here, guys? Anybody want to hear the real truth? Real truth? He's 70-30. Did he get out from here? I'd really like to bet on him actually doing it. I don't know. I already don't love it. I'd put the cue ball inside the 6 and just hit that ball and draw it out. So it goes from the rail over to where he is nowish, you know. But either way, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're fucking with a rail here. I think I'd rather just use my own. Balls can act funny sometimes when you're that close to it. It's not a problem. I mean, you're talking about something whether or not it's really easy or just easy. So it shouldn't be a big deal. I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than it really was. Now, I would have liked to have been a little better on this ball, considering the leave that he just had. You know, this could literally be a problem here. Look at that. So he just moved that cue ball a ton. And I just don't think he had to. He could have got a better leave on that 7 ball to where all he had to do was move it 2-3 feet tops instead of 7 feet like he just did. And now the 8 ball's traveling, and the cue ball's traveling, and then you're losing the game and you're tied up 4-4. And that's what I'm saying. You get just out of line like that for a B player and you can't recover, and that's the difference. You know, an A player is going to recover from that more often than not if they even get into it, but they'll also prevent themselves from getting into something like that very often. You know, B players always get into stuff like that, and they always can't get out of it. I shouldn't say it, and they can't very often get themselves out of it and back in. Now, occasionally, when they're playing really good, they're getting out of those, and they're finishing off racks. And they're capable of doing that, and that's why you see people say things like, oh, there's no way that guy's of this, there's no way he's of that. Yeah, these guys are fully capable of looking like A players. They just can't do it very long. You know, and like I said, on their best days, can they? Sure they can. You know, they can have great days. You know, and sometimes those balls are just laying that extra quarter inch to the right side where it makes things a whole lot easier. You know? So we got a tie game, folks, 4-4. Eric is imploring kind of more of a, I don't want to call it a cut break, but yeah. So I don't know if he's putting any English on this ball or if he's just what he's doing, but I don't know what to expect here, you know, from exactly how he's hitting it. So that one he controlled his cue ball a little bit, but like I said, this is just kind of a smash and grab break, the Earl Strickland break, if you will. And it's just not going to always produce the results. You see, he didn't make the wing ball. He didn't make the 1 ball. So then you're just relying on balls to bounce off each other the right ways and find a hole. You know, the way Skylar's breaking, he's in Mike's breaks, they've got 2 good reasons and 2 good catalysts for what they think will happen. You know, they think the wing ball is going to get smashed and compressed into that corner pocket from where they break on the side. And they also think the one ball is going to head straight towards that side pocket, and if not, it's going to hit past the side pocket and come down here for a shot. So, you know, that's why Skylar is winning by 50 racks or whatever he is today. You know, now for B players, it just doesn't matter quite as much. Like I said, you know, they're just not going to finish off. So the break, while it's great, it just doesn't matter quite as much. Check, check. All right, so Eric seems really comfortable, but now he's on the wrong side of the 5 ball. So I like banking the 5 towards the between the 8 and 9 kind of, and putting the cue ball behind the 6. He's an aggressive player, and I believe he's going to shoot this in the corner like that. And he hit it beautifully. I mean, almost as good as he could. He's got a reasonably good shot at the 6 ball and a 7 ball that's hanging. So he can get out of this. This is possible, but it's also possible to dog that shot. And now he left his opponent 2 hanging balls. Let's see if Mike can figure his way out. You know, you have to like his chances. He left himself a great opportunity to get on the correct side of the 8 ball from here, just spinning around 2 or 3 rails. So let's see. This isn't always the most accurate shot for a B player. Basically making sure they're using the correct speed and spin and thickness of hit to come around. And you're going to see he overran it quite a bit. And that's my point, that you'll see that happen quite a bit with B players when they're playing 2 and 3 rail position. I hate to be so it sounds pessimistic or negative, but it's just kind of a fact the way it is. You know, and like I said, unfortunately, I know the way these guys play, and not just these guys. I mean, it's most people overestimate. I really laugh when really good players commentate on, you know, low A player and below pool, because they constantly say things like there's no problems here, nothing wrong here, he should be out here, blah 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 blah, and it's a bunch of bullshit. The fact is they're just not, and they never are, and they never will be, because it's just not how they play. You know, and it's one reason why I've, you know, had some successes in my career playing one pocket, is because the humility of most pool players won't allow them to play correctly. And it's a double-edged sword. And when I say that, I don't know what that was. If that was intentional or he just missed the ball or what, I don't know. I got to think he just missed the ball and caught it on the way back. But, so the humility factor, you know, I can't tell you how many times I've sat here and a guy says, you know, I said, you can't shoot that ball. And he says, why? I said, because if you miss it, the guy's going to get 6. Well, I'm not going to miss it. Well, okay, I know it's, you know, like, you know, a good shot, but you can miss it. And if you do miss it, we're going to lose the game and you can't shoot it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you want to chat with this guy about a cue?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take 2 minutes and just sit down while he chats with him. And yeah, for
Tails,
sure.
right?
Tails.
Hey,
I just
Brandon.
have to work tonight, so I'm just
my
trying
buddy
to
Mark.
kind of take it easy.
Mark, how are you?
Yeah, but good.
I've actually played pool against you before, so it's just.
Okay.
I didn't know him by name, but I know him by face.
My freaking legs asleep.
Get a little more active, do a little run or something, man.
And I just been sitting on it.
Awesome tables, man.
All right.
Thinking about buying my grandson a little one like that.
Oh, yeah?
I got the big 4x8 professional, it's too big, so I start teaching on this.
Yeah.
And I imagine, one that's not a table would be a little cheaper, but it's the same table, I'm sure.
Diamonds?
Yeah, the diamond.
Yeah.
Are they all gonna be paid if I went to?
No, they make both.
Okay, that's what I said.
Let me know if you do, I can help you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so they make both. The thing is like, so I bought mine what they call tournament used.
Okay.
So they make all these tables and they take them to a really big tournament where they need 100 tables.
Oh, okay.
And then they sell all those tables off.
I could do
They're
that.
virtually brand new, but they've got, you know,
That'd be perfect.
Hundreds
Yeah.
of games on them, but in a short time. But
Can
Right.
you
they're
give me
really
a price
good.
on that, cause I could sell, I got a nice old house
yeah.
there.
So the, like I said, sometimes they have coin slots and sometimes
Okay.
not. But
Yeah.
They're still better, like
Yeah.
mine's just deactivated, like it's not on.
Right. Yeah, if I
So
could
it
get
just
it.
acts like a regular table.
I got you, yeah.
Nobody wanted to win that.
If you see Eric once.
I didn't want to win the game where I missed the 6, 7, 8 4 times and I hooked you accidentally. I'm sorry.
With
No,
the
dude, it
lights-
happens.
But that's the fun part of it being like daytime is way different than playing at 1 in the morning.
It is different.
Now, I
It's
know a
weird,
couple
but
guys
it's
that have
loud.
used
Yeah,
ones
for
too that
sure.
you can buy,
Okay.
and they run in the 4 range, you know, 4 to 4,500.
That's what we're thinking about.
Yeah. And then you gotta consider, you know, delivery, setup, and new cloth.
Right, yeah.
You know, so those are all things to consider.
Definitely Sonoma, whatever we call it.
Yeah, Simonis?
These are awesome.
Yeah, they are. Where do you live?
Just South County.
Oh, great.
Yeah, if I get closer, if I can sell mine at the right price, I'll go ahead and just go and get one of these earlier.
I got a friend with he's got a little warehouse kind of thing, and he has some right now,
Okay,
but he wants to open a pool hall. So me
okay.
and him are arguing because I want him to give them to me, but we might have some extras, we might not, I don't know. So that's what I said, I might be able to help you.
Okay, cool, yeah, I'll see what they're, I heard they were maybe gonna open a new pool hall in South County, is that what you're talking about, maybe?
No, he's in Columbia, Missouri.
Oh, okay. Somebody told me they were putting maybe a Dave and Buster's in South County Mall and a regular pool hall.
Oh, no kidding.
No, told me, but that'd be great. We go to Paint Alley and I'm tired of that, but it's not
Yeah.
a pool hall.
I like Dave and Buster's, but it's I can't imagine they're building a second one in St. Louis.
Well, they said they might build one in South County, but then they're gonna have a separate pool hall too, just
Yeah.
another pool hall.
Oh, wow.
So, we'll see. That'd be nice, 'cause we gotta go down to Kenny's, which is no big deal, but.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know. That's one of the reasons I built this place.
Pool hall.
I live 3 miles from here, so for me to get to a 9-foot table, I have to go 30 minutes to Kenny's, or 30 minutes to St. Charles, or 30 minutes to North County, or
Yeah, it's a neat setup.
yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, maybe give me a price on
I
a
didn't
Predator
see
set,
it up
too,
here
a sneaky
today.
peek.
A what? Hang on one second, let me find him a screwdriver real quick.
I'm pretty sure mine's a 12, Eric.
Is it that then?
I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a 12 and a half. I got it in my, case.
Usually it means it's like that close. I bet you there's like 2 more around here somewhere, but will that one work?
Hey brother, how you doing?
Okay, so
I got a question.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out whatever happened. So like, were you supposed to get paid like probably like 10 days ago or a week ago?
Yeah, like that, but in like a deep red, did they have this color here by any chance?
They do. Like the one that they make though, like it's a really expensive cue. Like it's
Okay.
like $1,000 cue.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to think if pretty cheap.
This one is good. I kinda like this one.
I like this one because what happens is it's like gas.
Right? No, he just gave me basically no answer, and then
Yeah,
I
that's
had to
just
go
what
call
you
Terrace
tell
on
you.
her cell phone and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, well, we're gonna do something different." And then a week later, I find out you're closing, and then a week after that, there's a thing in the newspaper about
No, it's
the restaurant closing. But I know that they signed a lease for like 10 years, so somebody has to have money. So what did they do? They just blew it all in 6 months.
These are
You can tell when what the blade and the shaft. Oh, yeah, you gotta put it up there.
Like I wrote him an email and said like,
No?
No, that's all.
I wrote an email and asked him like, was, Terrace not getting people in the doors? Was she not like, offering anybody that wanted to come in that was like a chef or somebody from another restaurant, like, give them something to try or like, it just seems like they weren't going out in the community at all.
This one is like $375. This one's like $450 because this is a very.
Okay, well, I just wanted to get some more info. Oh, for sure.
$375 for this?
That's a nice.
Okay, I will definitely help you.
Can I get this stick
I'll
brand
help
new
you,
with,
okay? I'll
not
talk to you
wrapped?
soon.
Not that cute. They're like $1,000 though.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
No,
can get
that's
one.
great. I just don't like this one.
Okay, go ahead.
They make correct
Ready to
wrappers
do?
ones, like I
Yeah,
can get one
same.
as cheap as
Yeah,
like maybe
yeah.
like, oh here, let me just show you. I'll pull it up there and show you.
Okay.
They have,
I got a Bloodworth, a Gambler, and I put a wrap on it. One of the wraps with it.
I'd love to
It's a
see it.
different wrap than I thought I was getting, but that's
I've got
okay.
3 or 4 Bloodworks over there. I'm a big fan of Bloodworks. I got one at home too that's not. So Predator makes, they make a couple of different cues that are wrapless, that are new, that would only be like, but they're around that 400 to 500 range. But they're nice. I'll show you what they got. I can order any of them at like,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
a
let's
good
see what
price
you
for
got
it.
there. I wish I had my, picture here, I'd show you. It's like a wrap, but it's just regular.
I will gladly shoot.
I guess so.
I use a measure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Less than, I don't know. God, I hit that good. God, I hit that good. You get that stuff new to a wholesaler, Brendan?
Yeah. Yeah, I can get it straight from Predator. It'll be like, about 15% off.
That was all right. I bought this from Kenny, and it was way cheaper to go through him than it was
Oh, yeah.
anywhere I could find it online.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can always get it for less than anywhere you get it online.
Can you give me like, I'm pretty sure I got a 12, everything's about
So
12
like-
and a half on my chassis.
So like here's 2, those are non-wrap, like, they're about $500. So I'd be able to get them for like, under $450 probably. But you can tell those, that's,
Definitely like
these are
that.
like the new ones. There's no wrap, like this one's got some pretty blue veneers.
Yeah, I do like that, yeah.
And then, the other
Now, is
one,
it a quick, whatever, quick release?
and then this one has some like yellow, blue one. So like I said, they come out,
It's kind of like a sneaky peek, but it's got a little extra stuff in there, like my Bloodworth was just playing with the
yeah.
red.
Oh, these are really nice cues. These are just the new versions of those.
Okay, can you get this, like a 12? I think mine's a 12 millimeter, whatever you call it.
They don't come as a, so like you can have your choice of what shaft you want.
Yeah,
So like,
that's
let's
what
say
I
we pick this one,
See if you get that in 12.
And then, so you have your choice of any of these shafts.
Okay.
So like the 314.3, I think it's a 12.375. Let's find out.
That's what this is.
No, it's 12.75. But you can have it turned down real easily. You just have it turned down a little bit if you want it a little thinner than that. Now they make a one that's thinner than that.
I got a shaft, a Mucci black dot shaft.
Yeah. They make one that's less than that. It's the Z3. I think it's 11.75. 11.85. That's real close to your 12.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And they're roughly right around 450.
It'd be 450 or less.
Okay. Let me see that one.
Yeah, I can get
I'm
it
not
for
going over it right now, but yeah, that's pretty good. Mine's a 12 and that's a 11.85. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Is there got a close up with that?
Yeah.
I do like that. Alright, cool. I'll keep that one in mind. And when I sell my table, I'll make sure I get with you.
You got it.
I'll make sure I get the table from you also.
Oh, you got it. Let me know anytime.
Alright, I will. You see Eric once in a while, I'm sure.
Yeah. He knows how to find me.
Yep.
None of us are that hard to find anymore.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm back. So we got a dog 9-ball at Hill Hill. We got a bank. We got a make. We got no scratch. Well, I guess Hill Hill was already over. Is this a new set already? I don't know what's going on. I'll try to find out. Sorry, I had a customer walk in, and
He said it's been used maybe $100, not even that.
What's going on, John? Is there a problem? Do we have something wrong with Twitch, or do I need to do something? John, can you hear me? John. Let me know if I need to do something here, buddy.
375. I mean, 11.85 is pretty close to 12. If I got a 12, now I got a 12. I like my 12. Well, it's just 12 and a half, then I just get it turned down. That's got to be pretty good. I got it in my case. It says what millimeter I had.
All right, guys, what do you think? 1 ball there-ish, 5 ball in the hole, 2 cross side. Four ball. Oh, we're switching sides here. I gotta clear this quick. 8. 1. There goes the 2 ball cross side. There goes the 1 ball. I don't know where the 8 ball went, but it missed. So wherever it went, it didn't go the right place. Well, we got a 1-1 score, it looks like. Does anybody know who won the first set? I really don't know. John, there's a message here. It says something about YouTube being fucked up. I don't see anything about Twitch, but there's a message here saying, like, we've received reports that YouTube has begun falsely flagging channels based on external links in the description. This appears to be an issue on their end, appealing the decision, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that helps you at all. Let me know. We don't have any viewers on Facebook right now. Did we get kicked off? Do I need to reload it, or I don't know. Don't know. Let's get back to pool, though. Eric down on the 4. 2 rails out, maybe 3. A little close to his work and close to that side pocket. Gonna give Mike a 4-ball run out. Magic Mike. Ball in hand and a pink glove. Switching gloves halfway through. He's a little bit of a head case. Probably one of his only thing's holding him back a little bit. He's got a lot of skill on this table. He just he definitely lets some mental things bothering him. I think most pool players do. They say a game's 90% mental, 20% physical. A little awkward here. He's gonna have to pound it or create some kind of little angle here. He chose to draw straight back and left himself in that narrow little window. You know, that V that he just crossed, he crossed at the narrowest point. Fires the really difficult 8-ball in, left himself almost perfect on the 9-ball. He's going to move the old magic rack before he decides to shoot it in the hoe. He's dead straight in. Like I said, a lot of players that wouldn't have bothered him, they'd have just fired it in. I don't mind moving it out of the way at all if it helps you focus to pocket this ball. It looks like he's down pretty good on it, but he's taking a lot of time. Hit it center pocket, roll the cue ball in the middle of the table, and he's going to be breaking.
Good shot, you dude.
I didn't think I liked as much the valleys, but I like the slope of the valley. I mean, when I hit Kenny's. That's what I was getting. I don't think that thing took balls out of it, right? Because the 9 balls in the whole game. It's pretty nice. I don't like the Rex. Yeah, Rex is good. We're doing both. You like that, right? You're going to Kenny, right? Give me a call, I'll see, I don't know, Marcia might be at her mom, dad's hands. You would not call Jenny. Eli has said, he wants to play 9-ball on it, I just playing over here. I ain't gonna try and talk him along, play it on. I was trying to do he ain't gonna get any better neither, unless he fucking comes. I ain't playing him scared. No, I wouldn't. I ain't going to. I was gonna tell him 1 or 2 things that really help me, no, I ain't doing it.
All right, here we go. Oh, he implores the soft break, pockets a ball. Real good look at the 1 ball. 2 and 3 here, sitting solid. This is going to be about this is like playing 8-ball right here. Let's see how he navigates dinking these little balls around. So far, so good, but he's got himself a little bit of a tester here. I think it's got to go in the corner, I'm pretty sure. And a little high ball to punch the 9 just off of it. He played safe. I'm not mad at him. That was good safety. He's got distance. It is a 1-rail kick, but it's out in the middle of the table. Very difficult to make, and even if you make it... Even if you make it, you're going to have a difficult shot on the 9 or 7. But so he rips it in as I'm saying that. He's got a shot at the 7 ball. He's going to have to come around 4 rails or 3. Back cut this ball and slide the cue ball around 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 rails. I don't know. Or play safe. Or but I think he's shooting. He was. And yeah. Wow. Might have been a little too big for his britches there after that huge kick in, but he undercut it by a good couple inches. But man, that was a hell of a shot. And Mike's got a natural angle to play down here on the 8-ball, I think. I don't think the side pocket's in play. It was, and he navigated it pretty well, but look out. I don't know. I think he's got it. I think he's got it, but he's going to end up probably a little thin on the 9. Oh, he really slow rolled it in nicely, and he's not thin at all. Gets to take a nice full whack, crackle, lack at it.
Boy, that's a dunk, man. It's been like that. Yeah.
2 or 3 to 1.
10 years ago.
I don't know.
Was there one time it was terrible?
I assume 3 to 1 if I had it marked. I haven't changed it, so I assume it's 3 to 1.
Well, Sunday watched the game, you know.
I got lackadaisy because he was back there and then he wasn't back there.
You're good, man.
Yankees played. Look at that CBS 7 Sports. That ain't a bad app. Baseball.
All right.
When did Browns play tomorrow? Say.
All right, let's have a little fun here, see what I can figure out. Don't know which way Mike's breaking. As soon as he pulls the cue, we'll figure it out. 8-ball here. 1-ball here. 5-ball here, although it's been coming up here lately. Eight's gone. 1-ball is exactly where I said. 4-ball traveled up table but came all the way back. And the 5-ball came across and went down. So we were pretty close. We caught a hanger. It's going to take a big stroke to get out here on the old 2-ball. I think you just have to go high right hand English and really punish this ball, or put a lot of draw on it. Flirt that side pocket like that. Yeah, I think that's a big difference between me and a lot of players, and it's probably because I'm wrong, but I don't know that like I ever hit a ball as hard as like these guys do regularly. I just don't know that I ever hit a ball that hard. So Mike gets himself another hanger, and then he's going to have probably a little longer, harder shot on the 3-ball. See how aggressive he is with the leave. So he put the 5-ball in an area I really hate to have balls in, period. It's just a difficult place to get on a ball. It's a different place to get out of on other balls. It's just got a lot of problems. And I don't like to have a ball there ever. And so one thing I always implore when playing games like 8-ball, especially playing 8-ball, is like when you get a chance to shoot one of your balls in the side pocket off their ball and you can put their ball over on the side rail like that. So many people pass that up when playing 8-ball, and it's just a very powerful shot, you know, especially playing lower rated players, because they're never, like, you give them a ball in hand over there and they're not going to get on anything else because they're going to be so scared to put it anywhere but straight in, you know, to make it. Mike is running really nice now. He's looking like he knows what he's doing and recovering from some shots, and he's about to open the setup here at 4-1, I think, if he can pocket this ball and stay off that rail. He did fine. Not great, but fine. he just took that extra 5% time that you're going to miss this ball because of where it is, you know. And that's, you know, he's got to raise those percentages a little bit to get better. You know, you got to kick these 5% of the time you're going to miss this ball because you left it an inch off the rail, and you know, take those chances away. But there he goes, though. Did real nice. Take a 4-1 lead. So he's back to racking with a regular rack and not even using a template. And this is one of those things I kind of told you about Mike. He lets some mental things kind of get to him a little bit. I don't know that he's better off racking with a regular rack than a magic rack. But I think he's letting it bother him that the little thin racks weren't holding balls the way he likes. So he tried several of them and wasn't happy with them. So he's hand racking for himself now. And let's see. So let's see if we can. He looks like he's putting balls in the same spot. So we got the 8-ball coming here. 2-ball coming cross side with some pattern racking, although last time it came more like this. So we could see a 2-2.
Hey, Brendan,
What?
will you pause the room mic for a second? Muted.
Yeah? Check, check. All right, so, sorry, we had to answer a question here. So where's the old 1-ball going? Oh, no, he switched sides on me. Bastard. 6-ball. 1-ball.
Hit it again. What the fuck am I doing?
Scratch ball. He's struggling with the break a little bit. But he's got a 4-1 lead. And, you know, like I said, he went to that soft break and had a really nice layout. And didn't follow up with that one again. Just kind of gave up on it. I guess he didn't like the way it reacted, or was just trying some different things. But this 5-ball is pretty fucked up. And it's going to present some problems. I would think he's shooting a 2 in the side here. I don't think he's going to shoot a 3-ball combo and hope he gets a leave out of it. I don't understand that. But there's a lot of safeties you can play right here. Let's see which one he picks. Another loose one. I'll tell you this. Eric's safety game is costing him. He's left almost every one of them short. And then the one other thing is almost every hard cut he has, he undercuts it. So we're going to let him know those things that we see. We call this place a learning facility. I'd be excited to tell him a couple things. Hopefully he'll go back and watch it. It's so much fun watching yourself play a match, especially if you have a commentator. That's why they asked me to come down and do this for him, so I'm more than happy to. But we all try to help each other. You know, I'm no expert. I don't claim to be. I just try to tell you what I know or what I see if I can help, see if we can help, if I can find somebody else to help. But we want everybody to grow their game. We want everybody to be better, everybody to play a little more, and the game's a little more fun when you can do a few things.
Oh, way too much of the ball.
Mike seems to be playing a little looser now. I wonder if the 6-ball goes clean. It sure did. He seems to be playing a lot looser. He's playing a little better position. He's not playing quite as tight. You can tell he's opened up just a little bit. It's coming a little bit more natural to him. He's got a little better pace. Still doing kind of a pre-shot routine, so he's not just one punching balls. I like this this version a little better. He looked a lot cleaner. So he took that.
One or another one, yeah. Let's do 60 because we still got to pay Brendan.
All right, so I think we got a new set coming. Not exactly sure, but
Yeah.
here we go.
If we got him out of his house and away from his kids, at least we'll give him 10 or 20 each. I'm going to go to the bathroom. You do whatever.
All right, Eric's rack. Let's see if he's going to still work the middle of the table break. He's opened up the balls really nice. And like I said, these guys aren't going to be breaking and running too many racks. So I don't know if we've seen one yet. I don't really want to ask that question because I don't want it to be in anybody's head. But I don't think we have.
Do you mind if I take a 2-minute break?
No, go ahead, man. I'll wait.
Oh, they're going to take a 2-minute break maybe here. So I'm going to take one too. I'll be right back, guys.
Brennan, you got any jump cues around here you want to sell this guy?
Look, yeah.
Do it.
I don't know. I got one.
Mike's got one.
I mean, his first always, but yeah.
I can always order you one.
Yeah,
I
you
just don't think I have one here at the second.
I need to get one, he needs to show me how to jump the ball.
I got a nice brake jump that's actually only $110. That Players Jump brake over there.
That thing jump okay though?
Yeah.
Does it?
It jumps better than the brakes. But I can order any kind of jump cue. Just you can get them anywhere from 100 to
400.
300, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that dump one's 375.
Yeah. he just-
I just need maybe $100 one.
Eric, have you heard of the hammerhead tip? Okay, so it's this gray tip that I have it on both of pretty much everything I have. So this tip is like, it's not a synthetic, but it's self-healing. So unless you literally sand it, it never goes away, but it glazes over. So you just have to keep hitting it.
Pound it, you're good.
Right. So what I had him do is, AJ, is this tip goes this far into the shaft, and then it's literally into the wood through the ferrule, and then that's the tip. This one's the same. If you buy any jump cue and he does this to that, the thing's gonna jump 20% better right off the gate. So if you buy a $50, $80 jump cue, it just depends on if the shaft is good wood. If it's not and he drills it and it's fucked up, you know, you might as well buy one that's like pretty decent, but it's a good upgrade. Like, the Predator ones are great. Those are the ones we sell the most of, but like, you get it brand new, it jumps good, you have a chance to actually make it better.
Yeah.
You know?
Hard to buy a brand new Predator jump cue though.
Well, yeah.
They're modified.
Yeah, he just sold my other Predator yesterday or 2 days ago.
I gotta go see if I got a pair of shorts and I'm sweating my ass off.
Are you?
Yeah, I already switched it to the AC earlier, but
I always wear shorts. How you hitting them these days, Brennan?
Man, about 2 weeks ago, actually like a month ago or so, I ran into a roadblock. I couldn't believe I couldn't make a ball. And then like 2 weeks ago, I kind of started coming out of it. Figured out a few things. So I'm kind of in between right now. I was playing pretty good for about a month or so, and then I think I got, well, part of it's I'm focusing so much time on running, and I'm so tired all the time, and I'm just,
I would think it would help your energy though.
well, I don't sleep, man. I told you I was running in the middle of the night. I still wake up and take my kids to school and then go. Yeah.
You just ran a marathon here. Full
Sunday.
marathon.
Yeah. I literally, I'll run at 3 o'clock in the morning, and wake up at 8, take my kids to school, and then go work, and then come here all night.
What's your day job?
I just do, I do some catering for my brother during the day, and then I just day trade. So I'm always busy, you know. My point is I don't sleep or anything.
tell these guys, you shoot good, you win. When you shoot bad, you lose.
Yeah.
That's usually
Shoot
what
good, you're
happens.
winning. You shoot bad, you're losing. Plain and simple.
Guy tells you, oh, I'm shooting bad, I'm losing, I'm sorry. And you gotta shoot good to win.
Yeah, that's why I said, you know, if you ever listen to the stream, that's, you know, you can go back and listen to this.
Where do you find that at?
Twitch is the best place.
Twitch?
Twitch, and then search STL Players Club. You can get the app on your phone, or you can just go to it on your, or you can find it on YouTube too. I save it on YouTube also. So it'll be on there. I can tell you I can show you something real quick though. You missed this shot. Missed it bad, probably 4 times. All for no reason. See it?
Yeah.
Anytime you're like back cutting the ball, I'm trying to think how the shot was. Like a hard cut. He did. I think it was a Carl shot. It was like this one, I think. You know, he did that one like right here.
Yeah.
Every one of these you undercut so far. You got like when you have a hard cut, you just go ahead and overcut it. Because you're undercutting every one of them by 6 inches to a foot.
Twitch. Twitch Interactive? Twitch streams? Ready, Mike?
Yeah, fire away.
Yeah, I was telling you, because so often, every good player always says you should act like there's no side pockets, and you do that a lot. You shoot at the corners instead of the sides. No, I know, you're fine, but you've undercut almost every one of them when you do that. Like when you pick the corner of the side, you've undercut that ball like 4 times. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Thanks, coach.
I know, I'm sorry. No, we're a learning facility here, though.
I worked out on that with them. We'll practice that this afternoon. Right there?
You know, it's real funny, when you go back and watch yourself play, it's very humbling because there's no hiding from it. You know?
Oh, you mean I didn't get out on a 4-ball run 4 times? Yeah, I know.
All right. Good luck. Good luck, Mike.
All right, we're back in action. Rip, roaring, ready to go. Mike's coming to the table. It's got a little thin shot at the 2. Pretty easy natural leave for the 3. Shouldn't be a big problem at all. Getting from the 3 to the 4 is no issue. Getting from the 4 to the 5 is an issue. Getting from the 5 to the 7 is an issue. The 7 to the 8 is an issue. The 8 to the 9 is not. So we've now identified all the issues. And one of them is probably going to be a problem. I didn't expect it to be pocketing the 3, though. Go back and watch it. You'll.
I know what I'll be practicing here on out.
You're playing a lot of 2-ways, Mike, which I'm thrilled about because you know how I play. But every time you play one, you're not committing to the shot at all.
No, I'm not trying to make the shot.
But some of them seem like you're playing a 2-way where you either ought to commit all the way to the safety or all the way to the
Ones where it
shot.
banked and went in down there, I wasn't trying to make the 2. I was trying to put the cue ball behind the 3 and put the 2 on the bottom rail.
It's just happened a few times. And, like John even commented on it. So I'm getting in both their heads now.
2 balls can't fall easy at all.
I'm going to try to fuck them both up, see how bad we can get these guys to play. So Eric, I told him what I told you guys on the stream, that basically every time he picks the corner over the side pocket, he undercuts the ball by quite a bit. And that's happened about 4 times. You know, Mike, the only thing I really see him doing is not committing to shots, and he seems like he's shooting some 2-ways that are, he's not even doing either one, though. He's just kind of trying to do, an average of the best he can for both, if that makes sense. He put a nice stroke on that one and overhit it a little bit and scratched. That was a nice idea, I think. I can't imagine Eric having a problem with these two here, but
Rip that one.
you gotta be a little careful. Just like I said, this pocket, you still gotta make sure you hit this ball pure. These pockets are playing a little bit tighter, and he hit it really nice. He's out. Gonna take a 1-0 lead. See if he can gain a little confidence, a little something from it. Make a match out of it. I don't know what's coming through the stream chat here, John. If you're still out there, I don't understand any of this stuff, but it's saying all kinds of stuff in there, from stream elements and commands, exclamation points and shit. I don't know what's going on. But anyway. Does any of that stuff matter? I'm guessing not, but I don't know. Eric's getting ready to break. Like I said, he opens up the balls just fine, but not much method to his madness. Kind of plays a 7-foot style on the 9-foot. He's a good player, and he's playing okay. He's playing fine. He's not playing good or bad. That's a very unique break. Let's see what these two decide out of it. He didn't strike the one ball. And he's not taking ball in hand. I don't know. I give up. But apparently it's Mike's shot from behind the stack. Like I said, no idea what was going on here, or what's going on now, or why he didn't 2-reel kick at that ball. What is going on? Are you guys playing a game here? Why didn't you take ball in hand?
Hit the rail, all the balls moved.
You got to hit the 1 ball first. It's friggin' 9 ball. We're playing silly.
Stop, you're hitting re-rack. You gotta hit the one first.
Well, I know, that's right.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Okay, no, it's.
They're deciding to play the rack over now.
Whatever. Letting it out.
It was getting pretty silly there anyway.
That's I don't know if you guys are playing different or not. I want to
I don't always get involved. These guys are playing cheap though, and I'm friends with both of them, so I don't really mind getting involved. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, like I said, this is a fun little match to watch here on Sunday afternoon. These aren't our best and aren't our worst guys, but they're two good guys, and they both have some skills that are fun to watch. They're definitely not C players, so we're getting to see some good pool mixed in with a little bit of bad pool. A little comedy in between. So, some randomness now. We dropped a few balls on the break. Or a couple anyway. Real good shot at the 2. Play out to the middle of the table for the 3. Little thin cut on it, but I think that's where you have to play this too. Wouldn't mind if Joey Volo was here right now. This is one of those ones where I don't know. I like I said. I think what you have to do is hit this mostly center ball and try to get right to the middle of the table, kind of like that. Yeah, I think he did really nice. Now getting from the 3 to the 4 is a challenge here. I think he tried to spin it with just a touch of outside. He went the opposite way. It looks like maybe with just a touch of inside or a straight high ball. Now he's got a 7-mile shot. If he can get a 7-mile club out here, he might have a chance. I didn't see him bring his golf bag in, though, and this is a long and stiff one. This table will expose your stroke if it isn't straight. Yeah, you get a little twist, a little bump, a little turn in your stroke at all, and this table will let you know it. That's one of my favorite things old Mike Shannon used to say watching the Cardinals. You just get in there and pitch these hitters will let you know if your stuff's any good or not. say in pool, you know, after all the stories and the bad beats and the this and the that and the other things and the rolls and the breaks and the earls and it's Skylar's fault and the cut breaks and this and that and the balls and table and the skids and the and what else is there? Who got the money? That's all that matters. Did you get the money? The money will let you know how good you play, how smart you are, whether you did right or wrong. Did you get the money? That's why they have arguments out there about, you know, who's the best guy that never won anything. Guys like Dan Marino.
Slow down.
You know, I don't know. I can't think of other guys off the top of my head, but you know, there's basically some fabulous, you know, people, players, whatever out there that have, you know, they were the best, but they never got the money. You know, they never won the championship. They didn't take home the prom queen. He didn't get her done. That is the bottom line. So Mike needs to bury his bone here. Put the cue ball in the center of the table. I like that shot a lot. Mike takes a, looked like he's, I don't know, is it 1-1? I thought he slid his coin to the side rail.
Yeah, no kid. That was a good pass there. You got rescue, just
All right, I'll see if I can't Jod and Madden up a break for you here. I'm going to see if I can't go all the way, if I can guess which side Mike's going to break from. He usually puts the 8-ball on the wing that he's trying to make. So I think he's going to try to make the 8 here, which means he's trying to make the 1 here or leave it here. It means that the 2 is either going to be here or here. I'm going to predict the 4-ball right here. 5-ball here. 7, 3, 9.
No, not chicken yet.
How'd we do?
That worked great though.
Not too good.
Here's what I'm getting for my birthday.
Now what? He's horse fucked on the 1. Does he roll out or does he kick into it? I'm kicking into this ball because you're giving your opponent now a chance to. I was kicking. That ball's a good kick shot there, and you got to kick that ball. I think now you left your opponent a chance to play safe on you, and you're going to have another kick shot. And this one isn't going to be better usually. You know, well, he got a full shot. He shouldn't have though. We talked about that earlier. Eric's safeties aren't quite up to par. He needs to work on those. He's a better player than he is a safety player. He's a better shooter. He's a better position player than he is a safety player. It's just bottom line. Safeties can win you some games, especially at the B player level. Safeties can win a lot of games. And we have what is referred to as a shit safe. But we got a 1-rail kick, and there's a huge wedge sitting there. Wow, he missed that one. So a C player here is supposed to shoot the 1-9. They're never going to run out here. There's no chance of them ever running out here. And there's no reason they don't shoot the 1-9 combo right here. I would shoot it dead straight on draw the cue ball back to the end rail and back out using that wedge as a blocker, therefore playing a two-way. But for a B player of Mike's caliber here, I am trying to run these balls because you do have the ability to play a good safety if you need to, and you also have the ability to kick out of a problem if you have to. C player just doesn't usually going to have those things, and there's no chance they're getting out. Mike does have a chance of getting out here. You know, it's increasing as we go, which it doesn't have to. It is, though. But he still has a long way to go. These the 5-ball and the 8-ball are not sitting like the way you'd want them. And now he's got to that point where he has a difficult shot, the difficult leave, and if he makes it and gets position on this ball, his percentages are going to go up by 20% here to finish this out. So I don't think he did it and got real good because he's going to have to hit this ball, draw it back a foot, and yeah, I didn't like it. See what I mean? How quickly it goes awry. Quickly goes too. It doesn't. I can see it happening. You can see it developing, and when you see it developing with an A player, you don't think they're not going to do it. But with a B player, you sit there and pray while you're sitting in your chair. You know that something like that happens. You know. Now, believe it or not, I actually like Mike to get out here because all he really has to do is make this ball and get not within 6 inches of that rail, maybe a foot. But he's got a really good chance here. There's almost 2 feet of space to leave this cue ball, and only about 1.5 feet of real bad space, of where it's possible anyway. And he went to a bad space. I didn't consider this one even possible because I didn't think he was going to hammer it like that. But I don't like this. I still don't like it. That was why I didn't like it, because even if you hit it good, you know, you're still going to have tough. But I think you got to pound this ball in there and draw it back 6 inches. 8 inches would be better. And things happen. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I never did. Got a little under it, didn't chalk a stick, maybe poked it a little quick. Not sure exactly. But now Eric's been undercutting these a hair. Put that one right in the hole and actually overcut it a hair. He put that one on the very inside of the pocket. Straight in on the 9. And ran it the hole. Eric's got a 2-1 lead. And Eric's break. Let's see what old Eric can come up with here. I can't really predict where his balls are going to go. You know, you can always tell just a few things with this center ball break that he does, center table break. You know, the one's probably going to spit out this way. You know, this ball is still going to kind of cross side. You know, we know a few things that are going to happen. That ball cross side. He's made the 9 on the break. They're already agreed to spot it.
Whatever you want.
Now or after the first shot, apparently.
It doesn't really matter.
Eric's probably going to roll out here, then take on this kick shot. So where do you roll out to? I might like to roll out to right here. Or right here, maybe. I guess Eric was thinking something along the same. See, he got over a little far to where you might take this shot on now. You know, number one, you can just roll it there, or number two, you can go ahead and cut it down there and bring the cue ball, you know, kind of back across for the 3 in the same corner. So there's a couple options here. So I don't think he wanted to get it quite over that far. Now here's a third one. You cross bank this ball, run the cue ball back up like this for a shot at the 3 in that corner. There's a couple ideas. You could kick safe here. I don't like it. I'm just saying it's possible. You could cross this ball with the intention of only playing safe, hitting it thinner. He floated it in the side pocket, though, and he's going to take on a... so the 6 ball's kind of hanging for the 4-6 combo, I'm guessing, is what he's thinking after this. He poodle-dicked it, trying to hold the cue ball. Undercut it a bit. So Eric's going to have a little thin cut on the 3. And so there is a side pocket over here, and there is a 7 ball over there. Both of them are not a problem at all when you decide to bank the ball instead of cutting it. So Michael will cut this 3 ball in the side pocket, come over and shoot the 4 in the side, I'm going to predict. I think he's going to cut this ball in, come over here and shoot this 4 in the side. The other thing you can do is spin out 2 rails and shoot it. So let's see which one he picks. He's spinning out 2 rails. So let's just say this is the V where you'd like to be to shoot it. When you spin 2 rails, you come across that V. And that was kind of my point. To whereas I thought if he shot that ball and came 1 rail, you know, to shoot this ball on the side, your V to make this ball is right here. And when you come 1 rail, you're coming into this big fat part of this thing instead of across that little skinny part. That's kind of the theory that I'm applying to it. You know, so here you're just going to punch this ball and bring the cue ball all the way across for this ball right here. Let's see how he does. Oh boy, no. I can't tell if he can make this ball, guys. I think he can, but it's going to be tough. But he looks like he's kicking at it, so maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, he got lucky with no scratch. He did give up a shot. I don't know if Mike's got his 7-mile club out, but he's going to need it because he not only has to pocket this ball, he's got to work the cue ball. So this thing needs to run, which means he needs to pound it. And these pockets are spitters, they're not swallowers, so I don't think she's going to be looking to take this one down too hard. So center pocket it must be.
Yeah, we'll cut the grass today.
And let's see what we
Cut
get.
tomorrow. It was about 10 o'clock. Ain't doing nothing. I gotta paint my garage so one of these days too.
He's lining up awful hard, not many practice strokes. We got a 1-punch possible safety, possible 2-way, possible don't know. What if you actually take this bank shot on right here? I don't know. It was sitting pretty. You're going to leave your opponent really long, hard shot to get back on the 5 if he has to shoot it. But if you make it, you're right there on the 5. So Mike just kind of shit safe, but not a difficult escape. You guys are kind of slapping at the ball here. This is not an easy out. Even with the ball in hand, these guys would still be the dog to get out from here. And I just don't know whoever makes this ball is going to be the one that wins the game. Necessarily. Wow. So he literally got so close to his work, but he got a good angle on it. Let me pop into, wow. That was no good. All right. So here's a game of 8 ball on the big table. You got to navigate a couple tight balls. So you got to shoot the 5 in the corner, 6 in the corner, come up for the 7, back down for the 8. It's nothing very difficult. It really shouldn't be. Wow, he's pretty straight on this though. From a ball in hand position, he got really straight on his next shot. And jacked off. And somehow perfect on the following shot. So, big favorite to get out here. You really like to get almost straight in on this ball. I think he would have liked to have been about a foot closer or so, maybe 3 feet. You know, he's now made this a 7-foot shot. And definitely the favorite to do it, but increased his miss percentage by about 5%. He rattle fucked that ball and left himself long and hard on a rail for the 9. He's an experienced player. He's not going to be messed up by this. He's just going to shoot it. He made it. He's drifting towards the corner, but I don't think it'll get there. I think it'll titty fuck out, as it did. And, what's the score? Is Eric up 3-1? He might be.
Oh, Jesus. One go when you drop the snow. Forgive me. Oh. Boy, he intercepted it. Oh, Jesus. Intercepted the end zone. That's a Cerritos. Oh my God, boy, one-handed catch. You don't have to try and run it out, you just down and deal. That one might, wait a minute. When you just down and you give it to 20 probably, I assume you're going out of bounds. Oh, wow, what a catch. Hey.
That's why I live my life right now.
Well, ouch. Payback's a bitch. Hey, I actually hit the path that it might have been able to hit it.
Go.
Well, I got 45 minutes.
Hey man, good shooting. Good shooting, man.
Good evening.
All right. Everybody, I'll be back when I'm ready to buy tape.
All right, man.
See you.
Yep.
You wanna put this back?
Yeah, we'll fix it.
What a friend.
Yeah,
What a friend.
He's a character, man.
Shouldn't have let it skid right there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Nine down there.
Yeah. They sabotage you. They sabotage you.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, you need,
Oh, what's going on out there, everybody? Sorry, I got an important phone call I had to go take. Anybody know where we are, where we stand? Looks like we got a 4-4 game with some tied up shit and Eric shooting. So my prediction for this game is we're not going to know who's going to win, and that they're each going to get 2 more turns at the table. So Eric will come up to the table 2 more times. My prediction. Got safety number 1 coming up here. It's not really sitting real great. You got to kind of have to cut it a little bit to get to go past the ball. Mike might be able to make this ball. Now, getting back on that 4 ball, I don't know. But he might be able to make this one. Maybe he can run into the 6, maybe? Draw it for the bank that doesn't go? I don't know.
Oh, fuck off, man. Come on, Mike.
Mike's not happy with that safety. So here's Eric at the table. Now the balls have loosened up quite a bit, though. I don't know. He'll definitely come back to the table. I think he has a better chance of getting out here or giving up the out. Oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. He will get back to the table again, I think.
Just a fucking miss fest today.
You know, sums up, man.
Good shoot, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I always have fun, man. I'm playing pool. Yeah, it's great table. I just don't spend enough time on a big table, man. Like,
You
it's
played pretty good on it. It just, like I said, your very first game, you ran like 7 balls. I'm like, he looks good on this table. I said he's running around.
it's like playing on a football field compared to, you know, used to
Yeah.
playing bar classes, man.
Yeah, that was like the only thing that I really noticed. That big thing was
Undercutting those balls that hard?
it was only when, like I said, when
What's
you
that?
tried
You want to go
to.
one more?
You got time?
To 4 over here.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. You want to go 40?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, it's been fun to watch. So you guys you have your moments. But I kind of tell everybody, I'm like, I can see what's going to happen here. So he's going to get a little awkward angle on this ball. He's got to punch it to the side, and then he's going to have to come down a rail, and he's
Tails is
going
always-
to overrun it. You know, that's kind of like a.
Yeah.
And it's not just you guys; it's any B players that play on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I fucking am pissed because I practiced that shit to not do it, and I still over or under hit it like a moron. Like fuck the 7 to the 8. I'm like, just hit it to the 3rd diamond and you win. Nope, I'm on the bottom of the fucking table, like a fucking idiot.
It's the same thing that like I said, that's what B players do, and that's why I said it's kind of fun commentating for me. 'Cause I laugh at like when A players commentate or great like pros commentate on this kind of shit because they're like, oh, there's no problems here. I'm like, shut the fuck up, there's all kinds of problems here.
Every fucking shot's a problem.
I'm like, the problem is they don't have the best speed control, and this shot requires it. And you're just leaving that out like it's just some natural thing that you know.
Yeah, I watched that Kirk with Mike up at Kenny's. You know, you miss a shot, and he just rolls his eyes. It's like, dude, come on, man.
It was a hard fucking game, right, Dan? Dan always says.
You can't see shit in the fucking camera. You
What's
can't
that?
see shit in that camera. The fucking sun is so bright.
Oh, move the t-shirts back. I moved them over because we were working on that floor under there. Yeah, those t-shirts will block up some more of that.
Yeah, we need a blockage.
Hold on, I gotta.
Things you learn about Mike. He has an affliction with sunlight.
Sometimes.
I don't blame you, man. I'm not used to playing pool in the daylight either.
No, it's weird.
Hit a few blocks. Yeah, it is weird, man. Even if it's light out somewhere, you're normally not that close to the window or the glass.
Brandon, can we move that thing back in the corner too?
No.
Or turn it at least against the wall?
You can turn it over, yeah. It's really not in the way though.
It is for my cube right here in the corner. I can't reach back.
Hey guys, they just jumped on the bar table for one little last set, I think. We don't do too much daytime pool here, so you can see the sun glaring through. We're doing everything we can to kind of block it. It's not as bad for the players as it looks like. There is tint on the windows. There is, rows of shirts there blocking it, but that glare looks bad from the camera version. It doesn't look anywhere near that bad as you're playing. Especially on the surface of the table, it doesn't. Now that glare is down there on the ground, but it doesn't come out on the table real bad. Now if you're shooting straight into one of those corners, there is some spots where it could tickle your eye a little bit, and you kind of have to stand up just a touch and get a little different angle looking down. But, yeah. So let's see Mike's break on the bar table. This should be impressive. He can usually crush these pretty good. So let's see what break he pulls out for this now. So I think Mike must have won that game to go up 1-0. I need to find the little table scoreboard. Get rid of this little fucker. Bar box scoreboard. I think they're just playing race to 4. So I didn't see his break, but looks like he dropped a couple balls. He looks like he's got a pretty good shot at the 2, pretty good shot at the 3 after that. 4 balls a problem. And he didn't get out far enough, and now he's going to have trouble getting on the 4 ball. So let's see how he attacks it. Wow. I think he hit it perfect. He's not jacked off over a ball, got a great angle. Pop out off the rail for the 5. I mean, he played that almost perfect. He almost poodle-dicked it, but he made it. So he got himself real good on the 6. He's got a nice draw stroke. He can pull this back, shoot 7 in the same corner if he wishes. Drew into that ball a little bit, but it's all right. It's a bar table, as we like to say. These guys are going to look like better players over here. This table's, it plays tight. It really does. But it
slow the fuck down. Come on, Mike.
Yikes. Well, I don't know the answer to this shot. This is almost going to be just a, I hate to say it, but just kind of luck.
We both should have just ran those.
I know.
I don't mind this idea. Just go ahead and try to kick it in. You might get a little separation if you don't, but the ball's going to come out if you don't too. Like, it's not just going to,
Stop.
do nothing. So yeah, I don't know.
God damn it.
80%er for Eric here.
Corner, Mike.
90%er. I mean, on the big table, it's down in the 70s. Whew. I'm surprised that ball fell in there on this table at this time. It's getting a little tight now. Like I said, the lost a couple months worn in, and the balls are starting to tighten it up a little bit. Our pockets are starting to tighten up a little bit on it. So it's gonna be Eric's break. Let's see what kind of break. Let's see what kind of break he can pull out on the bar. All right, Let's see. I think he's gonna break better on this table. You know, he hits it with the, you know. That was wrong. He broke better on the other table. Looked like he kind of he squeezed the back of his stick there, or just kind of had his timing off. Told you Mike's going to let things bother him that shouldn't. You know, I've played on this table a lot. The light's a touch annoying, but it's just it. I mean, you can't make that big of a deal out of it. It just really doesn't mean anything. You know, the Cardinals game yesterday was all in the shadows, and you know, the ball's going from light to shadows to light and things like that. And they kept asking and asking and asking, and every player said the same thing. Hey, they had to deal with it too. It was the same thing. Oh yeah, it makes it tough, but that's no excuse. We should have been hitting. Oh yeah, you know, just don't make any excuses, man. It's not the light. You know where the pocket is. You know where the ball is. You know where you're supposed to hit it. You know, make the ball. Remember what I said earlier? You got to get that money. You know, at some point in time, who got the money? I don't care anymore. Who played better? Who did this? Who did that? Who did this? Who constantly gets the money? Who finishes in the tournaments? You know, every time we argue about who plays better than this and that, and guys want to tell me how much better all these people are than Shane, God bless. Why don't they win more tournaments? Why don't they win more money? You know, I keep hearing how great the next new guy is, but I keep seeing how much Shane makes every year. So at the end of the day, they all make for great stories, whether or not you're a poker player, a pool player, or anything else, of why you lost, you know, and how much better you play than he does, and how you should have won, could have won, might have won, you know, blah, 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 blah. Same thing with Earl and Skyler. At the end of the day, who gets the money? Skyler always gets the money. Justin gets the money. Shane gets the money. It's about who makes the money. Nice attempt at a two-rail kick there. Wasn't able to clip the one. Giving Eric a ball in hand. I think we got a 1-1 score. Eric's got a reasonable chance to get out right here on the spar table. It's probably, man, I don't know. This shot right here could be the real decider. And I think he's going to be happy. It's funny, like the 3 to the 5 on the 9-foot table, I wouldn't bet on it happening. On this table, I'd bet on it happening. You know, and I would have lost. Yikes. All right. Let's not make this too hard. All you really got to do is get on the 8. I don't like getting on it from there. I wonder if he'll use the rail or just straight draw. So he used the rail, and he was going to, yeah. That's why I was wondering which way he was going to go at it, because it wasn't a pretty angle. This isn't a pretty angle, and I don't think his next shot's going to be either. So he left Mike long and hard, and more, even better, he left him very difficult to leave to get on the 9, even if he does. So let's see what Mike chooses to do. I think if you make this ball a straight high ball, you'll end up with a decent shot at the 9. If you pocket it, straight high ball, and get it to come out off this end rail, I think you'll have a decent shot at the 9. You could also just float this in and take your medicine. I don't know about that one, but I like it.
Can you do me a favor? Can you standing over right next to the, I think that's why we've all missed that pocket. Solid. Yeah, I think we've missed 3 balls over there now.
All right, now they're standing in front of the light for each other, apparently. I think Eric weighs 110 pounds. I'm not sure if light actually goes right through him. And I guess it wasn't the light. Like I said earlier, you know, you can miss balls whether there's light or no light, whether there's this, that, or the other. I don't think it was the light. It's an easy excuse, but probably not reality. Eric's going to take a 2-1 lead. I let those things go. Start looking for the back of that
I have no idea
pocket.
where the cue ball's going.
Start looking at the back of that pocket. Figure out how to way to get it there. Get that money. All right. Mike looks to be the favorite to finish this rack out, as long as this corner doesn't spit her out. They tied it 2. I believe we are. Mike's going to get the break. It's always fun to watch Mike break. Let's see if he can't give us a big one. He doesn't generally hit him as hard as he can. When he's practicing his break, he can get into him pretty good. He's going to generally be looking for a skilled break here. He's trying to make the wing ball and maybe the one ball also. I don't know. He changes from here to there. But he's got a good break, and it's he knows a lot about it. He spent a lot of time and energy trying to figure it out. So I think he's going to be breaking from that side because I know he likes to make the 8. So, yep, we're going to look for the 8 to go here. The 1 here. That's all he really cares about. Although he does want to get the 2-ball to cross side like this.
Push. Yep.
So, yeah, he made the wing ball. And now he has to push, though. The 1 ball came out, didn't get him a shot. So now he pushed out to here. I don't like it. It's a straight bank if Eric wants it. And then you have a straight in shot at the 2, virtually. And I think he's going to take it. There's no reason not to. You could shoot this combo, but, I mean, I don't know why you don't just fire the bank. So he played off the 7, has a good shot at the 1. But now you got to come 2 rails for position. But he looks like he's drawn a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's just trying to make it so it's like center coming across. Pop off the rail. Does he have an angle? He looks like he's going straight high ball, like he could go to the rails and come out, which he could. Little love tap. Chinese snookered over the 3. In America, we call that being jacked off. Pot the 3 ball, leaving no pocket for the foe. I guess you could thin the shit out of it into the side pocket, although it looks like it's half past the pocket, which would make it very difficult. Attempted the 4-5 combo shit 4 on the side, and it went. And I think he has enough pocket to pocket this ball. I can't tell for sure, but he might be able to just pocket this ball. I think he can. Oh, he went for the bank and held it way too much. Diamond's already hit short, and he held it too much. Where's this going to end up? Is Mike going to get the exact same shot? I think Mike's got the same shot, but worse. I don't think his bank would even go if he wanted it to. I don't know if the 5 goes, man. I thought it went on Eric's shot, but if it didn't go on Eric's, I don't know how it could go here. He played the combo. Oh, don't scratch. Oh, he shattered another ball. He's got a floater on the 7 with natural position on the 9. Unless you could run it forward and shoot the 9 in the corner too. Just go ahead and put a little bit of a pace on it. Not quite that much, but that's okay too. Good shot in the side pocket. Try to put the cue ball back right in the center of the table. Maybe even around the spot. Depends how hard he wants to kind of hit this. Now he let her rip, made her chip. He's going to take a 3-2 lead. Three-two lead. Mike's break. Eric will defend. Dan Otto Man is practicing on the other table. So he's warming up, hitting a couple balls over here for something, just in case something comes his way. So this is the Players Club. We got a 9-footer and a 7-footer. I got a bunch of T-shirts and hoodies and some cool shit like that. Lots of cues and cases, mostly JB cases. I have 3x4s, 3x6s, 4x8s, all with backpack straps. I sell a lot of them. They're about $250, but they're the best cases you can get. They have a lifetime warranty, and I love them. So let's look at Mike's break here. He pops the 1, tries to make the 8 in the corner. 8 went straight in the corner, 1 went straight in the side. He's straight in on the 2 ball so far. He is. That's a good break there. Let's go back to just that screen here, and let's see what Mike can pull us out. Mr. Richard, how are you, sir? How's hunting season treating you, my friend? Have you got a deer yet for us? We need some back straps up in this motherfucker. Let's roll the 2, push the 3 forward. More than that. There's no break and run here, no mo. Let's see the safety. I don't think he's going to back cut this ball. The Tony Shohan move. Can he? Oh, is that the? Yeah, can he Tony Shohan this ball in there? Looks like he's going to try. Tendency to hit this ball way too hard. He didn't. He hit it with a really good pace. A lot of people think it's so thin that they have to blast that ball, and you don't. Shall we guess?
No idea where the cue ball is going? Yeah, that's it.
All right. My vote, my bet is Eric's out here. much more of an accomplished bar table player than big table player. Mike's probably damn near 50-50 at this point. But I think Eric plays on bar tables a whole lot more. He mentioned earlier that big table looked like a football field to him. All right, Mike's back to the table. 75, 80% out here. But as I keep saying these, they keep making me look bad. They're not quite getting out as often as they should today. Oh. The old titty saved the day. You just got to make this ball. I don't think there's a scratch here if you do. I mean, I'm sure you could make it scratch, but I don't think there's one here if you just make the ball. So he actually overcut it trying to worry about the scratch. I mean, you may have had to play it to the inside part of the pocket not to scratch, but I don't think you had to. All right. Eric ties it up at trace. And we'll get to see him break. For the Hill game, once again. Hill game once again. Eric breaking. Eric can probably run one out of every 12, 15 racks. He could break and run one on a bar table. Mike's probably a little higher than that. I got to run real quick, guys, and I apologize, but I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I got a phone call I had to answer there. So Eric is running out here. He's the favorite. He can get out from here, and he's supposed to. He plays good enough on a bar table. And now he's sitting really nice to get out here. You can spin this out 2 rails to the 9. Just don't get too close to it. Or just come 1 rail. Now, he played a little chickeny there. Little chickeny. Now he's got to come with a little shot. There's a penalty for the shot. But he avoided it and took the set down. I think that was our last set. I'm not sure, guys, but we might be back tonight. Let's see what happens. And they may even play one more, but I don't think so. I think one of them has to go. They were supposed to play till 3 o'clock. So I think that's it. Like I said, I don't know. So, like I said, you guys saw my dual cam. You saw our big table main one. We got a big table alternative camera we've got here, too, that we show sometimes. So that's a look at the side view of our table. You can kind of see the side of our building over there. So up above there's a bunch of cases. They're all hanging from the walls. I don't think you can see that from any of our other views. But Yeah, so these side walls over here next to this 9-footer are where all the cases are. The cues are all next to these 7-footers over there on the sides. And that's our place. In the back here, we got all of our streaming equipment and some games to play and chips and soda, candy, things like that back here. And there's a liquor store in the parking lot if you ever happen to need a little shot of liquid courage. You know, so we understand. So, like I said, we're not really like a bar or anything like that. I'm not looking for 40 people to come in here and get drunk and have a blast. It's not really what we do. We're literally looking for guys that really want to play pool, that enjoy playing pool, that enjoy watching pool, that want to be part of the club, that want to kind of like learn, teach, show, play. We play doubles, singles. We play everything. You don't have to be a gambler. You don't have to be an anything. You can be a whatever you want to be. I can't guarantee you'll get on the table, all the time unless you have a match set up. And if you want me to set one up for you, all you got to do is ask. I'm always willing. I know how most of you play. I don't know how everybody plays. So if you tell me who you are, how you play, or what you're looking for, I'll try to accommodate you. And we don't believe in cops and robbers over here. We mostly play tough matches. And don't get me wrong. If you're,
We'll do it again, man. It was fun.
that's what you're looking for, it's probably not the right place, but you never know.
No one made anything.
So let me know if you're coming. I'm going to close for a little while and probably go home and come back maybe a little bit later if something's going on. I may not. Never know. Let's see what happens. It's Sunday afternoon in St. Louis, and it's gorgeous out, so I just don't know. If somebody wants to come up, you can always find me on Facebook. If you don't have my number, if you do, call me or text me. Let me know what you're looking for, and I'll let you know if I can reopen. I think Fast Joey might play a little bit tonight. Maybe I can get Rye Dog out.
Call me anytime, man. If I'm available, I'll play.
Never know.
If not, I'll tell you.
So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you all later.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night's tough for me because of shooting.
Sure.
Like candies, which I hate. I'll be done with that here in a few weeks. I'm not going to shoot the next session.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then that's a perfect time too, because like usually I got